Allen, who stars in the movie, then picks up his coat, puts it on, and when he does, he is transformed in a sense. There's a very similar thing that happens in the Bible with Elijah and Elisha. Elisha was a farmer. Well, to be accurate, he plowed fields with a team of oxen. But day after day, his job was the same. Stand behind these two smelly beasts plowing a field. But God, he had a different plan for Elisha. One day while Elisha was plowing, Elijah came to find him, placed his cloak on him, and just like in the movie, he was to become the next prophet. Now fast forward 10 years. The time of Elijah is finally coming to an end. Elisha has served by his side these 10 years. And in 2 Kings chapter 2, God instructs Elijah to go to the Jordan River. 50 prophets follow him and Elisha to the river, just waiting to see what's going to happen. Elijah walks up to the river, takes his cloak off, and slams it on the river. Verse 8 says, "The river divided, and the two men walked across on dry land." While he was still taking it all in, Elijah turns to Elisha and says, "What can I do for you before I'm taken? Ask anything." And Elisha just had one request. "Let me inherit a double portion of your spirit." And without warning, a chariot of fire came from heaven and took Elijah away. Now talk about a way to go. When Elijah was taken, his cloak fell to the ground. The same cloak that was given to Elisha 10 years earlier. I think that every generation is given the opportunity to pick up where the previous generation left off. It was now Elisha's turn. He picked up the cloak, headed back to the Jordan River. But remember, there were 50 prophets watching all of this on the other side. There Elisha was on the edge of the river. All eyes were upon him. He looked at the cloak in his hand. Remember what Elijah had done. But God had never worked to Elisha like that. He had never performed any miracles. Pause for just one moment. There comes a time where God has to become more than just stories we've heard, more than what we see him do in other people's lives. If we want to be used by God, we must believe he can work in our lives. That was this moment in Elisha's life. He took the cloak, swung it over his head, and hit the water, saying, "Now where is the God of Elijah? Where is he?" He was right there. When the cloak hit the water, the river separated and he walked across on dry land. There are a lot of people asking the same question. Where is God? Where is God when a man walks into a school and kills innocent children? Where is God when natural disasters claim the lives of thousands? God is still here. He still accepts the challenge to show up. But my question is, where are those willing to stand at the edge of their river and dare to call on God? Elisha dared to ask God for a double portion, and he received it. He faithfully served God for over 50 years, over twice as long as Elijah, performing twice as many miracles. Elisha seemed like the least likely person to become the next prophet. All he knew was to plow a field. He knew more about plowing than all of us and knew nothing about being a prophet. But when God chose Elisha, he chose God. What if an entire generation chose God? What if you and I were willing to ask God where he was? What could God do through us? What would God do through us? Jesus said himself in John 14:12 that we would do greater things than he. Now, I don't know about you, but I haven't been walking on water or raising people from the dead. But right there it is. Jesus said we would do greater things. Why? Because he was going to the Father. And when he got there, he sent the Holy Spirit to come live in us. And through the Holy Spirit, we become an extension of Jesus. So it's not so much about what we can do, but what we allow Jesus to do through us. This is our time. We stand at the banks of our rivers. What if we dared to ask God where he was? What if we dared to take a bold step of faith with everyone watching? What if we finished what Jesus started?